When I was a kid growing up in Kettle Falls, there was this teacher named Mr. Morgan. Now, old Dwight was a enthusiast of the American frontier. You know, mountain men, voyageurs, rendezvous, stuff like that. And this was reflected in the curriculum. So you read books about mountain men, Lewis and Clark, stuff like that. And it was hands-on too. Every year, the class would work on a replica of a muzzleloader that might have been used back in those days. So this mostly meant sanding, like sanding the stock, sanding the barrel, you know, for the kids. You know, we couldn't do too much. Probably staining, maybe. At this point, he had 8 or 9 of these replicas, and the kids with the best grades, and of course I was among them, got to select one, or it would be assigned to them based on whatever project they had done. The whole class would march down to the Colville River, and those best 8 or 9 kids would get to shoot their rifles, their muzzle loaders. You know, we would make targets like a turkey or whatever and shoot down there. Just imagine looking out your window and seeing this column of 9-year-olds with super long guns. I'll see if my research assistant can dig up a picture. Now, over the course of the year, Morgan would tease this story about a character he called the Yar. He'd say things like, oh, the Yar is gonna get you, or watch out for the Yar. But he would never elaborate on what the Yar was or what the Yar actually did. But you got the impression that the Yar was some kind of boogeyman that hung out on the outskirts of town, just kind of waiting for kids and stray dogs to murder. Now, every year in the spring, Morgan would hold a class camp out behind the school in frontier style. So wall tents, teepees, bison stew, buffalo tongue. And it was at this camp out that the true story of the Yar was promised to be revealed. But there was a catch. Morgan would only tell the story of the Yar if one kid from the class could stick a tomahawk in the provided target 3 times. Now, I'm not sure if this is because the Yar himself might be summoned by the very telling of the tale, or if the story was so scary, the kids wouldn't be able to sleep unless they knew they were in the presence of a true warrior. Well, I don't know. I was not at the camp out because I changed classes halfway through the year, so I wasn't there. But I heard what happened. Apparently one of the kids, the boy named Cody, did in fact stick the tomahawk 3 times. So the kids got to hear the story, right? Well, no. Apparently Cody got sick and had to get picked up by his mom. And so since there wasn't anybody there that had stuck the tomahawk 3 times, Mr. Morgan did not tell the kids the story. So, who or what is the Yar? I guess we'll never know. You know, that was 30 years ago, and I still think about it every time I'm throwing my tomahawk up here in the evenings up at my guard station. So if you know who the Yar is, by all means, leave a comment, let us know, and don't forget to subscribe. There's a lot more content coming down the pipeline. Until then, happy trails, and don't let the Yar get you, whatever he is.